We're live.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to episode 16 of the TGSB show. We're brought to you in part by our parents.
Yeah.
And store.
That's our company.
Okay, we got the full house here. Nobody's late. We're collectively late, not individually. Got Rod over here. We got Chris, Al. Introduce yourselves.
It's good.
What Rod just said. Me. Him.
Right. And tonight's topic we're talking about was supposed to be all, the current state of gaming pre-E3, which will be happening next month. But as Chris said, the problem with predating topics, because when some breaking news comes in, it's like, So we're going to dedicate one half of the show to that, and the other half of the show to Apple reportedly buying Beats for $3.2 billion.
Woo!
So,
how much did you say?
$3.2 billion.
Wow. Good job, Dr. Dre. And
yeah, I mean, it's crazy because Beats is already worth $1 billion.
Now they 3.2 billion.
But it's not official yet. These Financial Times put out the report, and they're saying they're in the final stages of the deal, but they said the deal could possibly fall through.
That sounds like a Sprint merger.
Like, basically, it's not set in stone, but it's coming towards.
It sounds like this AT&T T-Mobile merger.
Oh, the AT&T T-Mobile merger, right? Exactly. That's what that sounds like. Somebody's gonna try to put their neck on Beats and Apple's contract. Do I hear a little bit of milk?
I don't understand it.
All right, so I guess we're staying on this.
Well, I'm saying right now we're here, right? We're here.
Yeah.
Started with it since you brought it up.
Okay. Well, you said that you don't understand the acquisition, the purchase.
Right. I don't understand why Apple would want to buy Beats. Apple makes better audio software drivers than what Beats puts out. So I don't understand why they would want to buy Beats. It doesn't make any sense.
To kill the competition.
No.
They're not killing the competition.
No. No, I'm not talking about.
You're talking in the urban market. That's about it.
I'm not talking about the competition as far as Beats being in competition. I'm just talking about now they have more access to another company that they can probably start to remember. Apple, they have their iTunes, and it's primarily on only Apple devices. Now, by them obtaining Beats, they can start using the Beats app, the Beats software like that. They can start to incorporate more of their product into the Apple devices. They're gonna do the same thing that Beats did with HTC.
Minus the Beats audio.
Right, minus the Beats audio. Right, minus the Beats audio.
That doesn't make any sense because Apple's drivers, audio drivers, are better than Beats. That's what I don't understand is that they're not. It's not an upgrade for Apple. It's at best it's a slide, it's not a raise, or necessarily a decrease. It doesn't make business sense to me why they would want to buy Beats. Like I understand Google's made, like buying Nest makes sense because Google wants to be in your home. So buy companies that make hardware that you can put in your home. But this just doesn't make sense. I mean, you're just going to make Apple-branded Beats headphones?
I think what I think, and then what actually a few other reports that's already out there in the net, that the headphones weren't the interest of the purchase. It's
sound.
It's Apple wanting to get into the streaming service because
they want to have a better grip on the streaming business.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if you guys know. iTunes sales, they're not what they were 7 years ago or 10 years ago, of course. So iTunes Radio, that's pretty much beta because that's still only available.
I like iTunes Radio. I said I actually like iTunes Radio.
No. I'm not saying it's a problem with it, but it's just like like everybody can't get access to it. I think it's only available in like U.S., Canada, and maybe like one other country or something like that. So you can't really take on everything if you're limited. So in that case, I'd say that's why I say it's still beta. And then so that's kind of like a streaming service, but that's not what they wanted to do. A previous rumor said that they were actually going to open that up. So open iTunes Radio, actually open the entire iTunes app to other platforms.
Right, that's what they had been rumored to do, was to open it up to boost iTunes sales. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll use iTunes over Google Play.
Google Play.
Wow, that's pretty interesting to hear that, because I forget what iTunes is sometimes because of Google Play. But then again, I'm
Spotify.
Yeah, I'm Spotify all the way, but I use Google Play as a backup, and even Pandora before I go to iTunes for music.
Yeah.
Now,
well, the reason I said I use iTunes is because I already have all my music in iTunes. I don't have to upload anything. I don't have to do with any of that stuff. iTunes has a significantly larger library than Google has.
Yeah, for 99 cents a song.
But it's 99 cents a song from Google too.
You find specials. Sometimes you can get a $3.99 album on Google Play.
It's free and everything. And I'm not saying I don't use Google Play, but I would use iTunes over Google Play. It is a better software as of right now. I'm not saying 5 years from now Google Play won't be better. But at the moment, I would be more interested in paying for iTunes. Well, I don't even want to pay for it. I would use iTunes to play my music library.
Right. Okay. Well, the other thing that I think about this whole merger, that's gonna be very. What you saying, Chris? I lost
Microsoft with the Xbox Play, Xbox Music.
Xbox Music. Yeah.
I like that.
Another thing that I think is very interesting about the merger, is that this came at a time where Dr. Dre or Beats Audio has been pretty quiet for the most part after even releasing their app. They've been just really constructing and making it better, but they've been really quiet about what they've been doing. And we all know, we've said it, Apple likes to get in on not necessarily after someone else launches and make their thing better, but they like to. I guess that is exactly what it is. They like to get in after somebody has launched something. It's like, all right, now what can we do to make it better? What can we do to make it a success for us? And maybe that's what they're doing right here, because this is still a very fresh market for Beats to get into. Mm-hmm. And although Apple has been in it for a while, they haven't done the numbers that Beats has done, and the streetworthiness that Beats has made for it.
I don't think Apple needs.
Whoa. There's a whole lot wrong with the end of that statement.
All about them greenbacks.
First of all, Apple isn't at all.
Wait, say that again?
I said, first of all, Apple's not in the market at all. They don't have a streaming service. They don't. They kind of have a radio station, which falls in the Pandora streaming service, and not really what Beats and Spotify and Google Play are doing.
Everybody else is doing, yeah.
Right, they're more going after Pandora than anybody else.
And Rdio, yeah.
And Rdio. Well, Rdio you can still upload your own songs to.
Okay.
And secondly, Beats their app is tanking. They're doing terrible in this market space. Their estimated number, I think they just crossed 1 million.
Yeah.
Subscribers.
Something like that. It's
been out
but it's still a beautiful
4 or 5 months.
I think it's a better app. Design-wise,
it's a young company that's doing great numbers. I'll tell you.
They're not though. They're doing great numbers on the headphone side, but on their music app, they have nothing compelling. They offer nothing that you can't get with the service that you're already using.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people didn't take on to it. Everybody probably checked it out. Like, oh, this is cool, but
why would I? Why would I pay them $10 as opposed to Spotify, the $10 that I'm already paying them, or Google Play? I'm paying only $8 to use Google Play.
Well, because we got in early. Right. People who didn't, they got to drop that 10.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Beats is getting those people. They're not getting anybody else because they're not offering anything. The community side of streaming music is stupid. Nobody uses it. And that's what they're trying to use as the market. Ooh, look at what your friends are listening to. Talk to your friends about what they're listening to. I'm listening to music. I'm not talking about things. I will be having a conversation with my friends.
Use Facebook for that.
Right. That's not, that's the problem with it. And I think if iTunes just steals it and makes it white and rebrands it iTunes music service, I think they'll do twice the numbers that Beats is doing.
Yep, you sold.
Okay.
Yep. Easy win. We got Tay. Hey Tay, thanks for.
Hey Tay, how you doing?
What up, Tay?
Chiming in.
I see that you now feel better.
What doors and business opportunities does it open up for Apple?
Now your face
very
is...
smart move for Apple. Buying Beats opens up more doors and business opportunities for Apple. But what opportunities is it opening up that they don't already have access to?
Well,
it's just stream. I think it's streaming. Just they want to get in that streaming. They want that streaming money. They want to add. They just want to add another.
I think they just don't want to build an app. I think they'd rather buy the app than build the app.
Yeah, I agree, because it's like, all right, we tried, remember Ping, whatever that was supposed to be. And
oh yeah.
I'm not saying iTunes Radio is still in the works. It's still, still growing and stuff, but it's, it's exclusive to iPhone. Android share is rising, so they need something a little more open to kind of take on. So, say when they do the iTunes, yes, they do. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't think that they're gonna make it open. That's just not the Apple way.
It isn't, but this is a new Apple.
CEO for that.
But yeah. Listen,
I'm calling it now. Let's make Johnny Ives the CEO. Done.
Oh, he's coming. He's next in line. Unless God forbid something happens to him, we know he's next in line.
Yeah, but now look, by you putting him in line, by you making him the CEO, it's gonna bring out a whole has been refreshened, has been freshened and changing with a much more I want to say a younger audience, and that's what I think Beats is really doing. Like you can't keep thinking the same old Apple way anymore. You can't say, all right, plain is better, because a lot of people are really feeling like plain isn't better anymore. We want something more. We want something that's cultivating. We want something that's going to be, inspiring. You got a whole new market, a whole new generation of people that you got to kind of go for now, and that's what I think Apple is preparing for by getting Beats. Say she said, Beats headphones would come out with iPhones. I don't even think that's going to be what it's about, because
that would be nice, but I don't think
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Maybe iBeats, but I think they have too much invested in their own proprietary thing. I mean, the earpods. In my opinion, the earpods are the best earphones to ever come with anything. Oh my God!
Absolutely.
And then they're talking. I don't know how true it is, but they're talking about rumors of having biometric sensors in the next version of it, or for the health book and all that. Whether that's true or not, but whatever the case, I'm not sure if they're going to switch that model up. Maybe they might. I don't even know what they might do with it. But, who knows? Who knows?
Wow. And you know what? I was just briefing myself a little bit on if there was anybody else in the bidding, and it looks like there may have been other people in the bidding, but they're not saying for sure. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to say that again.
I said it's not like Beats was up for sale. They didn't say that.
Oh no.
No, yeah. Right. There was a bidding war for it. It wasn't the company that's for sale.
Yeah, but just think of it. Apple. I'm at Forbes, right? And Forbes, they're saying like, Apple hasn't really purchased anybody's company. Like that's not what the Apple does. You know what I'm saying?
They bought a lot of companies, small companies.
Right, but they're not buying big business. They're not buying bigger established businesses like
real big business, big one.
Yeah, this is
right. So imagine
if this happens, this will be the largest company that Apple has purchased.
Mm-hmm.
And most successfully built company, correct? Because we said,
it's the largest.
No, just the largest. A lot of them are successful. They're just on a small scale, or they're focusing on a certain type of industry, and Apple just wants them like their patents or their products or technology incorporate.
That's kind of what they're doing now with this.
Yeah, just like I said, just on a smaller scale. Like on a small scale previously. So now this is, Beats. Everybody knows Beats and 3 points. He's throwing that $3.2 billion around. That everybody's like, turning their head. Wow.
This chump change.
Oh yeah, for them, yeah, it's nothing.
Right.
I got that in my back pocket. Says Apple, not I.
Yeah, well, yeah, not us. We're not saying that at all. Give us money. No, no, but you know what? It would be very interesting to see what's going to happen with it. Especially Tim Cook. He's a completely different man than Steve Jobs. God rest his soul. He's I think between him and oh boy, they're just very innovative and looking.
Whoa! You're reaching on Tim Cook.
Hold on, listen.
Tim Cook is the bomber of Apple.
No, Tim Cook's allowing this stuff to happen. He's not doing, and Steve Ballmer, he's cool and all, but Steve Ballmer was like, no, this isn't going to happen. If you have a problem, you can leave the company. Tim Cook is like, okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
I think that Tim Cook is more like Ballmer than he is like Johnny Ives. I think Johnny Ives is very more open.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, but Tim Cook's the one that's saying, yeah, okay, Johnny.
I mean, I think
you think that's gonna work? Let's try it. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think so? You don't think their roundtable discussion consists of Tim and John? Huh?
I think he got outvoted, and I think that he's enough good enough leader to listen, which is better than Jobs, because Jobs was a dictator. I think that Tim Cook got outvoted in this decision, because this doesn't seem like a Tim Cook move.
But I don't think we really know Tim Cook. Like,
I was about to say that. Like, I
don't think we really, because Tim Cook is just a different person than Steve Jobs, and
you know him from the interviews that he's done. You know him as a business person from the interviews that he's
right, but he does things.
Comes off more like Jobs than he does come off like Sundar or whatever his name is. Not Sundar?
Yeah, but we don't know where.
I don't know. I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rod.
I was saying we don't know where Jobs' blueprint, not Apple Jobs, Steve Jobs', kind of like roadmap ends and where Tim Cook's begins.
Because there's a lot that's happening right now where Apple sits.
More of that he's closer to the Jobs than he is to anybody else. Because if he was like what we expect Johnny Ives to be, you would know the moment that Johnny Ives' blueprint went into effect, because it would be radically different than Jobs.
But listen, as you're saying,
you have a 5-inch phone immediately.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but that's what's kind of happening. We all know. No, listen, it's just like that. We all know that. All right, so before Steve Jobs passed, he already had something in line. He always stayed with something in line. So maybe the last S5C. Maybe, all right, that was the last Steve Jobs thing, and now they're like, okay, now.
I think the 5 was the last thing that Steve Jobs worked on. Yeah, the 5 was the last thing that Steve Jobs worked on.
And so now they're trying to get in line.
Oh.
Yeah, but now they're trying to get in line some more Tim Cook things, or maybe it's Johnny Ives. Maybe Steve is just the money behind Johnny Ives right now. Maybe that's what it is. Steve was like. Steve Jobs was like, okay, Tim, you're taking over after I'm gone because, you got the brains, you got the money, and maybe you're not the design guy, so let Johnny do that. Let Johnny head up that division. Maybe that's that partnership that they have, but for whatever reason, Apple it feels a lot different than what it was before.
About Beats, I don't think that this.
No, not just from Beats. I'm talking about a few different things. As a whole, as an entirety, it just feels a little bit different than it did with Steve Jobs. Like you said, he was a dictator. I don't know. I feel like it is. Like,
I feel that Tim Cook is not the dictator. I feel that Tim Cook has nowhere near the authority that Jobs had. And I think that that's good, per se, but I don't feel that Tim Cook is a much different vision for the company, if a vision at all, he doesn't seem like the kind of person who stays up with the trend. I mean, the perfect example is their press conferences. The moment that Jobs died, their press conferences went back to more of the same thing. Now their press conferences are taking more shots at Android and more shots at WebOS and more shots at BlackBerry than they did when Jobs was alive. I mean, if that shows that he's more of the same than and more something different. If Johnny Ives was president, I guarantee you that there would be iTunes on the Android yesterday.
But you know what? You gotta have that mudslinging when you're in. When you're in. No. They may feel like you're saying you don't, but look at Samsung HTC. Like it happens even with these guys. That mudslinging, it happens, but that's just to keep things fresh.
They don't even sling mud at each other. The only company that everyone slings mud at Apple because Apple slings mud at everybody else. Is the kid in the playground who starts all the fights, who walks around looking for fights. He's a hockey player that skates around, that doesn't actually touch the puck once, but walks up to everybody and knocks them out. That's what Apple is. You know, the cell phone marketplace would be completely different if Apple wasn't taking shots at anybody. Everyone else is reacting, not attacking.
Yeah.
Samsung's just doing a better job of it now than Apple ever did. They hired a really good PR company or marketing company.
I guess so. But just real quick, like how I stated earlier about Beats and Apple's connection can kind of give Apple a little bit more urban street cred. Forbes said the same thing.
Well, Apple doesn't care about that, and
I know you think that. I know you think that, but you know,
name a black person with money that doesn't have an iPhone.
I'm sorry.
I said name a black person with a couple of dollars that doesn't have an iPhone. That's not in the tech world.
All right, there's a lot of people in the urban communities that don't have iPhones. They have Samsungs. Or rather, they have Android devices. I'm not even gonna say Samsung. They have Android devices.
I know a lot of black people that have Android devices.
I'm not talking about black people. I'm just talking about urban communities.
I know a lot of them that don't have iPhones because they can't afford an iPhone, or they've broken their iPhone and have something else. I don't know many that have the choice of having an iPhone that don't have iPhones.
Mm.
I mean, and that's just the demographic. Look at every black celebrity; they all have iPhones.
Yeah, iPhones.
Okay. So we're talking about black celebrities with iPhones, but how many black celebrities do you know that don't have more than one phone?
A lot of them. I know that they use other people's phones and they give other people phones to take messages and stuff, but they don't personally. I know a lot of rappers that have multiple phones.
Well, not just trapping. Huh?
How many phones do you think Jay-Z has?
Jay-Z probably has 3 phones.
3. I'd say maybe someone who has a BlackBerry that only that person holds.
I honestly think that someone like Jay-Z probably has 3 phones, and it's only one that he really uses as his personal phone. And
which is a gold iPhone.
Yep.
Tiana Taylor, gold iPhone.
Yep.
Wiz Khalifa, iPhone. Every basketball player except for LeBron, iPhone.
Well, yeah, that's only because of that money. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have one too.
But
Jay-Z even has a deal with Samsung and doesn't have a Samsung phone.
Who?
Jay-Z even has a deal with Samsung and doesn't own a Samsung phone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They all have iPhones.
I don't know. See, I don't know them well enough, but the few people that I've met, they have Galaxy. I mean, they have Android devices. They speak Galaxy. And they like that freedom of not being, you know, confined to certain things that Apple confines you to. You know,
people don't know the difference, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, but then you do have people that don't know the difference. But I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. You know, either way, you know, my whole thing was just on a urban market level. I think that what's the other reason for them? Like you said, it won't make sense for them to purchase. Right, it won't make sense for them to purchase Beats based on what you were saying. I'm telling you what I think they were going for, but based on what you're saying, you know, it wouldn't make any sense. So why do it? Why spend $3.2 billion on it?
No one knows.
No one knows. It's all analysts and speculation.
I mean, because the deal hasn't even gone through.
Yeah.
It hasn't even made yet. Hello, person hugging L.
Everybody said hello, Mr. Person hugging L. That's my father-in-law, everybody, Mr. Roberto Gonzalez. Woo!
Thank you. Hello.
That's That's my Ecuadorian side right there.
Dig it.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand what benefit they have to buy Beats. I mean, it just doesn't make any financial sense. That Beats isn't doing anything that Apple isn't already doing as well, if not better, except for the streaming app. I mean, that's the only thing that we can point out is the music app.
Right.
That's worth $3.2 billion.
They probably just wanted the streaming app, and
then why don't they just license the app?
You need the package. You need to take these headphones.
Well, look, and now that's the other thing. Maybe Beats was like, I don't really want this. And Jimmy being the man that he is just like, hey, listen, let's go talk to some people. Hey, Tim, you want this. This is great. This is really going to open up a whole new doors for you. And maybe Tim was like, yeah, let's do it. And Beats, they probably don't care. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't want it. It was just all about, all right, you know what? Now we can wash our hands with this. They can open up, they can take care of the rest of this, and we'll move on to something else. We're going to come out with speakers. We're going to come out with speakers. Forget headphones. We're just going to come out with speakers. We can come out with Beats speakers now for DJs, portable DJs.
Oh, that's not pills, yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm talking about like DJ speakers.
I hear what you're saying. I think the parent company of Beats is Monster.
No, not anymore. Remember
they're solo.
No, yeah, they're by themselves. Yeah, they
solo dolo for a while.
Almost a year and some change now.
This is why Beats is worth $1 billion by themselves.
Right.
As of whenever they did the hip hop riches.
Man, I almost want to say like February of last year, maybe January of last year, they separated ties. The marriage was over, honeymoon is done, and Monster, they have their lineup of headphones are very similar to the Beats headphones.
February last year.
Say that again.
So February of last year.
February of last year, yeah.
That's what it said.
Yeah, and they separated, and the only reason it was near and dear to me because I like the fact that Monster and Beats, they work together. I respect Monster as an electronic company and what they've done with wiring, and I like Beats. I don't think that headphone style fits everybody's needs. I like classical music. I like a little bit of everything, very eclectic, and I don't think that headphone style, really suffices for me because it's a lot more bass than what I need for some of the music I listen to. But either way, that marriage is over, and they are by themselves. And by themselves, they started up this, the Beats app. They started up a whole lot of, they turned over a whole lot of new ground for things in that short year. Huh?
I said that debt must be piling up.
But see, I don't know. Jimmy Iovine is a businessman. Like he talked about his come up at HTC. Like he's in high school doing deals that like most high schoolers wasn't thinking of, and that's how he got into the music.
Jimmy Iovine is a hustler. I mean, the fact that he's selling the company shows that he's a hustler because he's selling it for more than it's worth.
Right, and he's already got something else in mind. Don't think that he ain't got nothing else in mind.
But that doesn't mean that they're not in debt.
Okay, the company itself might be in debt. Okay.
Especially if the company is in debt and has significant debt, then it makes sense to sell the company and let Apple pay off their debt and buy whatever they want from the company. Take whatever they want from the company.
Motorola style.
Right. A la Motorola, a la what Sprint is trying to do with T-Mobile, which doesn't work. You do know that at the end of the year, T-Mobile will have more customers than Sprint, right?
Yep.
Of course.
And they just started throttling people today. I'm like, yeah.
Sprint?
Y'all just pushing people away. Throttling top 5% in heavily populated areas.
Sprint started throttling. People are leaving. They're going to be leaving in herds.
They're leaving by the bus.
Wow.
They're going to be leaving in herds. You know the only reason. You know the only reason people. I don't want to say the only reason they were staying, but the most important reason people were staying with Sprint was because of that unlimited data. Now you are like every other company with worse service.
T-Mobile's going to buy.
You're like every other company with worse service.
Sprint.
Oh, they need to. They need to just wrap it up now. It's only 3 companies left.
It's going to happen. Either SoftBank is going to shut down Sprint and it's going to become SoftBank, or T-Mobile's going to buy Sprint from SoftBank.
I don't like the name SoftBank.
I don't either, but I don't like the name Sprint.
They sound soft.
They sound real soft, like bank.
It's soft.
Now you know what? I think Sprint just works so much better. I don't know. I hope things get better for all these companies. I like to see that healthy competition among companies. But I think Sprint's the guy that nobody's really rooting for anymore.
I think that they all should sell off their MVNOs and let them become one company.
Who?
I think they all should sell off their MVNOs.
Really?
Who's that? Virgin, Boost.
Yep.
And who else?
I think Virgin should buy them all.
Virgin and is that Ting? Isn't Ting using them? That new
Ting uses Sprint.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah, I know you mean. I'm just trying to see who
the ones that T-Mobile has, the ones that Sprint that AT&T has. I think Virgin should buy them all, and it should be Virgin Mobile service.
For sure, Sir Richard Branson would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Richard Branson, I'm tossing you watermelons. Knock it out the park.
Well, he still got to work on that radio frequency on his airplanes, so you can still use your Virgin phones on his airplanes.
Yeah,
that's not him. That's a FAA.
That's the FAA thing.
Well, he's working. He's trying.
Yeah, because there's no reason to not let you do it. There is no technical reason why you can't do it, except for takeoff and landing. Those are the only 2 time periods where you shouldn't be allowed to be on your phone. But other than that, it doesn't matter because they're not getting any radio waves anyways.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're literally not interfering with everyone. That's why no one could understand why they wouldn't allow you to use Wi-Fi on the airplane.
Yeah, like if it's Wi-Fi, we're using in-plane Wi-Fi, not satellite signals way up in the air. Like,
you gotta also think about it. Part of it was for terrorists and remote access to things and like activating things. You know, that was the other aspect of it. They were thinking of the safety, not just with they used the radio frequency interference as part of their reasoning for it, but it was more terroristic plotting and remote access to things. Huh?
Tay said she loves SoftBank in Japan. I said they sound like a good company.
Yeah, they're big in Japan, so that's why they got the money to come over here and say, "Hey, we want to get a." And that was the whole purpose of the whole purchase in Sprint. They wanted to get a U.S. presence,
right.
And I just think they picked the wrong one.
No. They picked the right one. They picked the one that they was going to be able to afford.
Okay.
And then the goal is.
T-Mobile would have been cheaper to buy than Sprint.
Hold on, but wait a second. You can't say that because you got to think about it. The parent company of T-Mobile, Deutsche Telekom, they probably say, okay, T-Mobile's not worth a lot to us in America, but that doesn't mean we're going to sell it for a little because it still holds our name. So, yeah, you can say that. Huh?
T-Mobile USA Deutsche Telekom does not care about T-Mobile.
Yeah,
right.
At one point, they would have loved SoftBank to come in and swoop them up. But.
Right. I don't even think that they care now. If SoftBank wanted to make them an offer, I'm sure they would listen to it. Deutsche Telekom has never backed T-Mobile America, ever.
It was like the bastard son over here.
Right. They're the redheaded stepchild of their network. And
that's how they treated them always. That's why you see T-Mobile overseas has all this great stuff, and over here it had crap. And it's like, what the hell?
Well, something changed now because now T-Mobile gets a lot of the great stuff. I remember when I was with T-Mobile.
I think it's more of a bargaining chip because of their
because of the new plans,
their tactics, and of course subscriber base. The subscriber base is growing.
Thank you, Tay. Tay saying the same. Like there was no way that SoftBank could have purchased T-Mobile because it's so huge.
We're not saying that SoftBank was going to buy T-Mobile. Deutsche Telekom. We're saying SoftBank could have bought T-Mobile USA because they would sell off T-Mobile USA.
But all right, if you're a businessman,
USA 3 years ago.
Listen, you're a businessman. Your name is attached to this company, right? In the U.S. It's not making you a lot of money in the U.S., but somebody wants to buy it. Aren't you going to try to get a lot for it?
You're going to try and get as much as you can, but remember, you have to.
I don't think Sprint had chips like that to bargain and say, okay, with SoftBank to say, all right, you know what? Yeah, you guys got this, but we're everywhere else and we're big. No, Sprint is here. Sprint is the only all-digital networking from the ground up.
Is just here. That's what you're missing the point.
I know.
We're not talking about Deutsche Telekom, and that's what you keep referring to. It's not about Deutsche Telekom. It's about T-Mobile USA. It's just like Verizon. It's not about what Verizon owning Vodafone or in working with anybody else overseas. It's about Verizon in America or Comcast or whoever. T-Mobile is the same, is a smaller company. T-Mobile USA is a smaller company than Sprint, and was a cheaper company to buy 3 years ago or a year ago than Sprint would have been. They could have easily come in and paid $5 billion or $6 billion, or even the $8 billion that they're paying. Sprint wants to buy them for $8 billion, which is what they paid for Sprint a year ago.
Yeah, but see, and I understand that, but Deutsche Telekom still has the T-Mobile branding. It's the name T-Mobile. Nobody
outside of but T-Mobile USA does not have that same carrier weight.
No, listen. I know they don't have the carrier.
All they want, but it doesn't carry out. They're trying to buy They're trying to buy T-Mobile USA, not trying to buy Deutsche Telekom.
No, I understand that. But
you're saying pretty much T-Mobile UK or you overseas wouldn't give up T-Mobile USA because of
it's the T-Mobile. It's like I'm not gonna let T-Mobile go for T-Mobile.
But what he's saying is that they would have because they don't care about T-Mobile USA.
Right.
It's just a name.
But I think they care more about that name than we're. I don't know. I'm saying
they could easily sell off T-Mobile as it is and then buy U.S. Cellular tomorrow. Buy every other small regional carrier tomorrow, and then set them up as one carrier and be T-Mobile again. I mean, Deutsche Telekom has that kind of money. We're talking they have more money than Verizon and AT&T combined. They have Apple and Google money.
Well, then they really got into the wrong side of the business by just buying up T-Mobile. Then, if that's the case, like if they got money like that and they brought up T-Mobile, they really have no vested interest in.
That's what everyone is saying.
That's what he was saying. Like they don't care. Like they would have sold them. Like, all right, bye.
Flip the switch with T-Mobile. T-Mobile would have been the number one carrier in the country.
But don't you think that's bad business? Don't you think that's bad business right there? Because
we're not saying it's not good or bad business. But
for a company like Deutsche Telekom, right? And now I am referring to Deutsche Telekom and not.
Right.
But for a company like Deutsche Telekom, who is a very big company everywhere else, wouldn't you think they want to get themselves just as big in any other area that they want to acquisition? Like why would I go? I don't know. That's
no
I
one
don't
understands.
Yeah, that's like the Apple Beats thing. If it goes through, nobody knows why the hell. You know the streaming side, but they don't really know like 3.2 billion. Where?
The only
I got it, but that's fun.
Right. The only thing that I can think of is that the American market is so different than the global market. We operate and function very differently, and look at things very differently than the rest of the world has looked at them, especially in the mobile industry. Like everyone's been on tier data for years around the world, and everyone now is paying like $30. Like in Japan, they pay $30 a month for 50 gigs of tier data.
Insane.
That's where they're at.
right.
So no one understands why T-Mobile does things that they do where they do, but the only thing you can assume is because they just don't like the US market, but they haven't found someone to buy T-Mobile or pay enough money to buy T-Mobile. I mean, I think they just want market value for the company. And no one was big enough in America, and no one wanted to come into the American market.
Man, I wish we could speak to what's my man name from Virgin? Speak to him and be like, yo, Yeah, like why wouldn't you just buy T-Mobile?
You should have taken out a loan and bought T-Mobile.
Yeah. But all right, we covered the streaming stuff. Any thoughts on the headphone thing? Like, cause you know they're gonna do something with it, even if it's just they're not gonna do
I
something.
don't think they're gonna do anything with it.
Well, they mean,
Well, you know what?
they already sell them in the Apple Store, so it's not
Right.
like okay,
There's
now
nothing,
we got
there's
access.
nothing else to do.
Yeah, maybe come out with Apple Ive designed. Oh, Johnny Ive designed Beats headphone to sell. That would be interesting.
Okay, so you know what I think is going to happen? I think they're going to use the processors from the way. Yes. Hey, Chris, were you talking or is that the computer talking? What's going on over there?
You hear my computer?
Get in there, do it. Make sure you make it happen.
Yes.
Come on.
I don't know how you can hear that.
That's great.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yo, I keep
Been
stopping
playing all
talking.
day.
I
I'm
stop
like,
talking every time that I hear something because I'm looking at you like that's not him though, but that's his computer's talking to him. Sounded like.
That was the NFL network.
All
My
right.
apologies.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. So what I was saying was, you know, I think we can look forward to possibly combination of the processors from the Beats headphones, and what Apple has done with the AirPods, and probably like a new designed look, like how Rod was saying, some Johnny Ives either Beats or some Johnny Ives special edition Apple earphones based on like Beats technology within the earphones because
They're going to do special edition white headphones.
Right, they're gonna do something
they're gonna
special
do
edition
something
because they gotta capitalize on the whole thing that Beats is, which is what they started off as headphones. So they got to do something like that.
Yeah, they'd be silly not to.
They're going to release the Pros as an Apple special. You're only going to be able to buy them in Apple stores.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that clear as day. Maybe you Beats
white.
Maybe.
Oh, they might come out with
Pros
some
in an iPhone color.
They might come out with some Apple designated solo HD wireless joints to capitalize on the wireless headphone market. The solo HD wireless, huh?
I don't think they care about it.
No, you don't
think
Apple?
Cool. I don't think it's
Apple.
But I think
you think Apple doesn't care or Beats doesn't care because Beats they've tried twice already.
No,
I think Beats cares. I don't think Apple cares.
Yeah.
All right, but it has to work out for both of them, doesn't it?
Not really.
Not really. No, not really. Not really. You're right.
Apple buys them. Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Right. Yeah. Not really. It won't matter.
Take everything and scrap it. Like thanks, suckers.
Look. It already worked out because they got $3.2 billion. That's they're working out for them. If that goes through.
If they didn't have all that a massive amount of debt, they still popping something. We got Tay and J Mill on the Q&A over here. Not forget about that.
Tay said, I agree that the U.S. is so different than overseas. I came back to the U.S. and was excited about unlimited data, and then you all took the question away.
Oh, my bad.
No, about unlimited data, but the phones weren't great in the U.S. That's what she was saying.
My bad.
She was excited about the unlimited data, but phones weren't great, and that was, listen, love T-Mobile for unlimited data until they started throttling hard, and but the phones worked. The phones were horrible, and that was most of the phones except for what Verizon and AT&T. And then all of a sudden, T-Mobile became the one with like the great phones, and Verizon or T-Mobile and AT&T, and Verizon started falling off. Like we're not focusing on it, but we're still giving you great service, which is great. But I like a nice phone. Well, but I think they're getting back to it now.
The phone market has really changed. You don't have the discrepancies in phones overseas as you do here anymore. I remember when I was in high school, I went to a private high school, and a third of the high school population was Asian, fresh off the boat from Asia. They go home to Korea and Japan and all those places, and they would bring back these phones, and they had color screens, front-facing cameras.
Yeah, they had that for radios over there too. Like I'm sorry, not that for radios. They had that too for the TV. Like I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
That's really big overseas. A lot of phones come with antennas overseas because they watch TV on their phones.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you import any of LG's phones.
Yeah. They all have TVs. They all have TVs built into it.
Right. TV tuners. Yeah.
With the antenna that you.
Yeah, DVB joints. Jay Mills said America's behind on internet usage, whether it's mobile or home broadband usage. Of course, yeah, they're playing. They're like 4 steps behind. Yeah, they're playing catch up. They're like 4 steps behind.
They're not even playing catch up. That's the sad part about it. They're going the complete opposite direction of everybody else.
Right, and charging you more.
And started walking backwards. Because not only are they charging you more for throttling your data or for giving you data caps, because that's what they're testing, data caps. Comcast is testing data caps in the South.
There we go.
Where you get 300 gigs. And then it's like $10 for every 50 gigs you go over.
That's America, this young company trying to capitalize on what we consumers use. Yeah, no, I'm saying it's not to benefit us. It's these companies that listen. All these television stations, they say that all the time. You know what? Fight for your channels because it's not you that's making the decision. It's these companies that are making the decision. And now they're gonna start making decisions about your data, which is gonna then push you to either pay more for the stuff that you are using, which is cutting the wires and using your free TV through Hulu or whatever. They're gonna make you pay more for it one way or another. Yep. Because they can't get the money for it. They can't get the money from you with these subscription television services. They're gonna say, you know what? You're paying somebody else's service, but you need my data to get it. So you're gonna pay me more sooner or later. Listen, trust and believe. Time Warner, they've been working on it. Now Comcast, you just said Comcast, they're starting this capping at 300 gigs. That 300 gigs is going to start to get smaller and smaller. Oh, well, you know what? 300 gigs, well, maybe 150 gigs, maybe just 50 gigs. And that's where you're going to be at. You're going to start off with a 50 gig plan for whatever your service is, and then if you want to pay more, you got to pay $150 more if you want 300 gigs again. That's what's going to start happening because that's where they're going to make their money at right now because people aren't buying the HBOs and Showtimes anymore because they can get it from Spotify, Hulu, not Spotify, they can get it from Hulu Plus, Netflix,
No.
Huh?
Nope, HBO Go, the only place.
All right, so not HBO. Hi. So not HBO, but I'm just saying like all these.
I know what you mean. Yeah, they basically if you try to go around them, they're gonna get you. They're gonna, like you said, they're gonna get you one way or another. They're gonna get you on the internet side of things. Like, oh, he's gonna come around that corner, run that dough, move that dough.
They waiting for next Friday so they can debo you. That's what they doing.
That dough. We lost Chris.
Oh, Chris is gone. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm saying we'll bring him back. I think that was when my daughter she came and peeked in on it.
We got a lot of Q&A. Go ahead, run them down, man.
Yeah. So we had Jay Mills. He asked, "What do we think about the Sprint throttle and the heaviest data users next month?" We just talked about that. Hit on that a little bit. He did mention it shortly after we talked about it. It's not fair. It's not a good look. This company. They really promoted their unlimited data, and they talked bad about how these other companies have started to throttle, and they kept going through the roof, giving you your all, and now they're doing the same thing.
Because like at this point, it's like y'all losing subscribers,
and you're gonna
like the thousands. At this point, y'all just pushing them out the door.
Yeah,
like, I know y'all working on some big things to try to get to a better situation, but for now it's like, man, y'all need to work better to retain who you got.
Right. And look, that was what T-Mobile's problem was, and what the hell they decided to do? We're gonna become the uncarrier, and oh my gosh, the floodgates opened up, everybody ran to them. They backed the OmniPoint voice stream status. We can get what we want.
Yeah.
Where we want.
Now they got phones too. And
they got the phones.
At one point they was having all these they have top tier Nokias, but then T-Mobile will have the mid-level or entry-level. Like, I don't want this shit.
They were all like that.
Yeah. No, but at one point it was like T-Mobile didn't have any real flagship.
Right. They didn't have anything.
They got all the mid-level devices.
Yeah,
they got all the mid-level devices.
There was this is back in the exclusivity days where, all right, if you want this, go to this carrier. If you want this, go to this carrier. And if you're not interested in anything, go to T-Mobile because they ain't.
No, if you're interested in a low bill, if you're interested in a low bill,
because they were the cheapest game in town. Yeah.
All right.
Terabyte on Verizon.
Wait, say that again.
When Tay says speaking of data, did you see the screenshot of the guy who hit 1 terabyte on the Verizon? He has unlimited
Wow.
data.
He's still unlimited data package.
Yeah,
I
people
want
still
that.
They ducking and dodging. They're buying their phone.
That upgrade.
They're doing all this stuff to dodge that. Like, nope, I'm keeping it, and you ain't gonna do nothing to stop me.
And as a matter of fact, I know a few people who have still been ducking and diving, but one because they they got hoodwinked into changing their plan and didn't realize it, and so they had to go with the regular plan because it was like by the time they caught it, it's like, oh shit, wait, that changed my unlimited data. Well, I don't want that. And it's like, sorry, 7 days, 7 days. What'd you say?
If they take it unknowingly to you, if they don't explain it to you and you complain, they'll give it back to you.
Well, this person
most
didn't
people
get it
don't
back.
know their rights as a consumer. They think,
Right.
oh, that's it. Like, they don't know about
No. Verizon's usually pretty good about that. You just have to go and complain, go back to the store. And if you went into an authorized reseller, then you're screwed.
Yeah, because they're like, thanks for the commission, sucker.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Because Verizon doesn't have any, it doesn't govern them. They just use Verizon service. They give them the right to use it, and then they use it however they want. But if it happened at a Verizon store or on the Verizon website or whatever, if you did it unknowingly, Verizon will change it back. You just have to go in. You can't wait 6 years and then say, oh my God. But if it happens like within 30 days or you get your first bill and you realize that your data has been switched, if you go back, they'll change it for you.
Okay.
I think
ADDI had the phones with the TVs.
Yeah, I remember them. They're still out. I think we need to shift if we're still going to tackle some of this gaming stuff. I think it's time.
All right, so yeah, let's move over.
I'm so ready for E3.
All right, we got Watch Dogs coming, but I don't know. For me, it's like I'm thinking about the gaming, and it's kind of boring.
I am so ready. Well, that's because there's nothing out. We have these brand new consoles, and there's nothing out for them yet. And that's what E3 is going to be. It's going to be the unleash the dogs, unleash the Kraken, unleash any large, dangerous, violent thing you can think of.
Okay. So do you think that?
Well, of course, for next gen. I mean,
right.
Current console.
You're screwed if you're on current console.
Right. Well, screw you too, because I am on a current console. Until I get me something else, which won't be anytime soon.
Chris, I ain't got time to play anyway.
All right, so what do you think is going to be happening for the?
I'm here.
Good night. What do you think is going to happen? Love you too, baby.
Night.
She just likes the show time. She didn't see.
Yep.
She didn't see. So what?
Hollywood.
Yeah, Showtime. So what do you think is going to be the big push at E3? Because if it's not introducing these new games, what else is there? We don't need to see a new console already.
No, although Nintendo probably.
Nintendo needs one. They talking about they're going to make a one for emerging markets. I'm like, no, I need a real one for everybody.
No, you just need games for it. You need the right games. You need to stop trying to go with blockbuster, big name games, and you need to develop and innovate. And you need to release a first-party title. I mean, Nintendo has a console with no first-party titles.
Yeah, it's silly.
Okay.
You know, they're just getting their first set of real first-party titles. They had a Mario game and a Donkey Kong
8 coming. I'm like, why is this not out yet?
The console's been out for over a year.
Yeah, this is retarded.
That's unacceptable.
Retarded. You better off owning a DS or something. The latest DS rather than owning a Wii U. It's like, well, what's that point?
Well, you think that? Good night. Love you. Love you too. You think that Oculus Rift is gonna make a debut?
No.
Or Google rather, we should call it.
Google.
Google doesn't own Oculus.
Facebook.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, Facebook.
I don't think.
I'm sorry. I got.
I think we're a year away. I think we're maybe a year away from that actually hitting the consumer market, and then hopefully I'll have some games with it.
Oculus is.
Say it again. Say it again, Tay.
Tay says Nintendo needs to stick to handhelds. Their console days are over.
They running it like BlackBerry. It's like y'all not trying to win.
Right.
They can't be trying to win doing like this.
Right. They're not trying to win, and that's what doesn't make sense. They're playing like Deutsche Telekom, T-Mobile USA. There's no reason that Nintendo isn't killing it in the market. They have a cheap console, they have cheap games, and they have a console that can do different things than what you can do with what's already out there.
Yeah.
They need to stop trying to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, and they need to do their own thing. They need to, instead of investing, it would be so great if Nintendo didn't license any of the games from this year, and spent all that money on developers for their games. And came out with
I got a question for you. E3, Amazon. No, E3, Amazon. Do you think we're going to see a new listing of games, or possibly a new, new game titles specifically for like that Amazon Fire TV?
I think Amazon will be there. I don't think that they're going to have a major press conference or anything.
Yeah, they're not going to be. I mean, because this is like at-home gaming, so it's not like It's different from console thing.
They just had a major press conference for the Fire. I mean, they're not going to have anything. If they had something big to announce, they would have announced it then. They're just going to have more games that you can see and more. They're going to have a demo, a place where you can demo Fires and demo all the gameplays and stuff that you can do on Fires.
But they didn't talk. They didn't talk a lot about the gameplay. They talked more about the actual.
They covered.
They got Sega Game Loft, and these are supposed to be full versions of these different games.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not like apps and things. So I'm just saying, like, why wouldn't you reserve some of your talk for something like E3, so now you can make a major press conference at an event like that, and
no one cares.
It can, but yeah, E3 is about the big boys, not for new up and coming.
I think that they will be there. I have no doubt in my mind that Amazon will be there at E3, and they will have but they won't have a presence because they don't have the money or the cash to throw around to say, hey, we deserve people to listen to it. No one cares. No one takes them seriously in the gaming market. They're they're a streaming box that plays video games.
Yeah.
Okay, so answer me this. You said no one takes them serious. Right, no one takes them serious, but what if they're giving out $100 Amazon Fire TVs? They're giving them out for the first 100 people that step into their press conference.
There's not having a press conference, though.
No, I'm just saying. I'm speaking hypothetically.
That would be dope if they invited developers for that, but if there's regular people, that doesn't benefit them at all.
Doesn't benefit them at all. That's what we're saying. Now, and who is going to go to an Amazon press conference over Ubisoft?
E3, that's
right, insane. Over Ubisoft, over Valve, over
but they're working with Ubisoft.
And so why would they have their own press conference? This is what we're saying.
Because it's going to be about the products and maybe games that are being developed
that no one cares about.
Yeah, nobody's going to go to that.
Listen, we're taking away one factor when it comes to a lot of these gaming systems now.
You're adding factors.
I'm talking about with this talk. We're matching up Nintendo, right?
Right.
We know that Nintendo was that family video gaming system. We know that. Xbox 360, Xbox Live, Xbox One. That's not a family oriented really. That's for us. That's for the older. You still need a family console. So why can't Amazon Fire be that family console now? What if they're thinking along those lines? Nintendo's not doing too well. We're going to be the new family console. Plus, you get all this extra entertainment out of it. So why not make their presence known at E3?
They can't compete with the real consoles. They're underpowered and they're too new. They're too green.
Android and a fourth version of Android.
Yeah, it's like a Wii. It's like the Wii all over again.
It's the Ouya. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's the Ouya with a better name, Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
That's still what it is. So you're trying to tell me Amazon can have a press conference against Nintendo? Who do you think will go to the Amazon one if Amazon had their press conference at the time of Nintendo?
All right, obviously Amazon's not going to do it at the same time. Obviously,
are you trying to tell me that you're going to go to the Amazon press conference over the Ubisoft? Are you
That's what
trying
I'm
to tell me
saying.
that
You got to be
No,
confident.
I'm saying that they're not going to do it at the same time. A lot of these conferences don't happen at the same time because they're trying to all optimize on the most amount of audience members. So they're not going to do it at the same time. Amazon's not going to do something at 10, 11 o'clock prime time. They're going to probably do it 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or something that's later on in the day. I don't think they would do. It wouldn't be smart for them to do something at the same time that Ubisoft or GameLoft or even Sega doing something.
It wouldn't even be smart for them to even hold a
They
conference
don't
at
have
E3.
a time frame other than when these guys are doing it.
Yeah, they need. Yeah, like you're saying, if they came up with Ubisoft or something and announced it, yeah, but they can't. They can't be there by themselves.
They'll have a booth. They will have a nice booth with a couple Kindle Fires set up and a few TVs, and they will be showing off the games that they have available and the big name games that they have that are coming. They don't even have their own list of games. They have games that are coming for Android that they now have in their game store. They don't have any exclusive titles.
Because you got to keep in mind it runs Android, so it's
I know.
and it's running like phone specs, so it can't compete.
Right.
So you talking about family home gaming console? No.
They're not even in the same ring as Nintendo, and we're
Yeah.
ready to kick Nintendo out the door.
Yeah, Nintendo's bad, but they're still better than, as far as the gaming console. Yeah.
Hey, listen. None of us know what to expect. I'm just speculating. I'm playing devil's advocate, and I'm looking at the whole Amazon, the new market that Amazon's stepping into, and I don't see why, something like that wouldn't be possible. That could definitely open up some doors.
It's not possible.
Now with that console, if they came up with a stronger console, maybe.
They would have had to come out with a console that can compete against the Wii, and their console doesn't compete against the Wii U. It just doesn't. They would have to have come out with. It wouldn't be able to run Android. It would have to be running its own OS that can do all the media streaming stuff and was a legit gaming console that you could buy real games for. GameLoft does not make real games. I love playing their games on my phone, but they don't make real games.
They're watered down knockoffs of the blockbusters, like Modern Combat is Call of Duty.
Right, Modern Combat is Call of Duty. Asphalt is Need for Speed. I mean, that's what they make. They make Spider-Man games, and they make movie tie-ins for phones. That's what they make.
Yeah. Okay.
Family oriented. That's all I'm saying. Family oriented. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Mobile games that aren't good.
All right. Tay chimed in and said Amazon will have to be in partnership with someone big to actually have a chance.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
No, and I hear you.
There you go.
No, I do. Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate. Look,
You sound like you strongly believe in that nonsense.
Nah, look, it's not like I saw it somewhere or anything. I'm just saying, hypothetically, why wouldn't that be possible? That's all.
You just give like 1,001 reasons why it's not.
Right, 1,001 they would have a better chance at Comic-Con.
Yeah, actually they would.
They couldn't even get in the PAX East.
Hell no.
I mean, that's how bad they are.
What's going on?
Lewis stepped into the Q&A. He just got a gym.
Oh my
He Brad Money.
Thank you, Lou.
Is it the greatest gym song?
No. Pump It Up, Joe Button.
Pump It Up, Joe Button.
Yes.
Hustle Hard, Ace Hood.
Oh, the remix. Hey, I'll be rocking at that work. We run to punch somebody in the face.
Super heavy into it. Nuck if you buck. No, not really. I'm joking.
Right.
That's a good gym song.
Nah, it is, but it's not a gym song.
In the conversation, any of them ones that make you want to fight. any song that makes you want to fight, I would put in the gym category.
Oh Lord. What's up, Lou? Yeah, we missed out on the Apple chatter.
Yeah. Apple buying beats.
The Apple spatter. That's what it was. It was Apple spatter.
I'm ready to see all these games that were promised. I'm ready to see Destiny. I'm ready to see to see what EA has, the new games that EA has. I'm not excited for Call of Duty. Shout out to Kevin Spacey though. Kevin Spacey, man.
I mean, it just looks like every other Call of Duty and Destiny. And for me, Destiny, I'm like, I need to see more. I don't look compelling enough. Like
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'd rather wait for Halo to see what you know.
What was
And
the
this is
last?
why, and this is why I said I'm like, yo, for me personally, I know for, others are vary, others feel different. For me, the gaming, unless you're a PC gamer, a hardcore PC gamer, like I think the console game is kind of boring right now. I
Well,
think it's
that's why E3 we have to wait for E3 because I think that's when you're going to see all the console games, all the games for the consoles. I don't think there's going to be much about PC games. I think
no, I know, but I'm just talking about like even like before, just like now, it just seems like the past like few years, it's been all right. Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the new NBA Live. Like they're the
right.
That's slowly being
Madden.
passed. Oh, Madden, yeah, and that's slowly being passed over to Battlefield or Combatant or whatever. Like I say, so you got that coming out.
Cyberpunk is another one. They have some compelling games. I'm ready to see them. I don't care about Call of Duty, although I really want to see what they're going to do with like the mechs and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what was the last big game that you guys got excited about? What was the last big one?
And Watch Dogs.
For me, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I'm really excited for you to see the UFC with Bruce Lee. So amped.
Really?
That looks cool.
You're going to be able to play as Bruce Lee.
I know. But
Bruce Lee.
I know who he is. I mean,
I'm talking to L.
I know who he is too. I own all the movies.
I don't know. For me, that's like gimmicky. That's cool, but to me, that's not compelling enough. It's not enough. I think it's a cop-out. I think for the past few years, we've been stuck with other great sequels or big blockbuster games, and that's been it. There's been nothing in between. That's why it's like the wait between good games are too long for me.
Well, but the problem is that in order to make a good game, a good unique game, you need time to develop it, and you have to design it like GTA. It sucks that GTA took that long to make. I don't think that it needed to be that long of a time period, but I understand that that's the kind of time frame that you need for some of these games. It needs to be 4 or 5 years in development.
We talked about that.
It was a little long, but I think they could have made GTA 5 and 6 in that time period, but that's just me.
Well, they're going to run an online thing for a while.
I'm saying we touched on that already in the previous, and it was pretty much the same consensus that it doesn't need to take as long, but then at the same time.
That's what I'm talking about, Lou.
I didn't even see the comment.
Lou's like he haven't got an Xbox or PS4 because nothing is compelling. I'm like, for me, even though I still want to, kind of preserve my old games or whatever, that's another reason. It's like I'm not gonna go over for like Titanfall and maybe a handful of other games. I'm like, I barely got time to play them. I'm like, I'm not dropping that kind of cash unless it's something a little more compelling. For me personally,
I think that you will have your compelling games this year at E3. I think that's
the way they'll be announced. Who knows when they're coming?
Right. That is the problem.
Yeah.
I think that there will be a compelling game that comes out at the holiday season. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure that Halo will be Halo. If not, Halo will be like early next year.
See, I don't think Halo's compelling. I don't think Halo is any different than Call of Duty or any of those other games.
It isn't. It's like I said. It's another high quality sequel of a brand you're familiar with. That's what it's been. It's been that, and then maybe like Watch Dogs has been like something really new and refreshing. And Titanfall. But
I'm worried about.
Yeah.
You're worried about.
I'm worried about Watch Dogs. I don't think Watch Dogs is gonna. I think that there's way too much hype surrounding Watch Dogs, and I don't think it's gonna live up to the hype.
Well, Titanfall had a lot of hype for a year previously.
Yeah, Titanfall had a lot of hype. Man.
I think Titanfall lived up to the hype. I think it's by far the best first-person shooter that there is on the market right now. I think it's significantly better than its competitors because it's doing something that no one else was doing. I mean, look at Call of Duty. They're now putting mechs in their new game.
Right.
And gloves that make you climb up walls and all that other nonsense. Titanfall.
Well, the one thing that I'm hearing as a negative for Titanfall is that, there's, and I never thought this, but there's a lot of people that actually don't like doing multiplayer gaming. They would prefer an actual
campaign.
campaign,
Yeah.
and that's odd to me because you got so many other campaign games out there, but a lot of people are like, I'm not going to buy it because it's not a campaign.
You see, I understand that criticism. If people have actually played the campaigns in first-person shooters, like the majority of people, I know that there's like 1% of people or 2% of people that play that campaign.
Yeah, most of them don't. Like I got Black Ops 2. I've been playing
all the people
multiplayer. I don't even know what the campaign looks like.
All the people who don't play the campaign that are complaining that it doesn't have a campaign.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
but it's crazy. But for me, it's weird because that's the first game I never played the campaign. Usually, I'm the only one playing the campaign, and then after I'm done, like, okay, now I can get my multiplayer on.
I play the campaigns in Dice games. I think Dice makes really good campaigns.
Yes.
But I don't play them in Call of Duty. I think they're not compelling. It's literally it's like playing real Call of Duty with CGI. They don't do anything different. Not with CGI, with AI.
AI, yeah. But we got some
we got some QAs.
Q&As piling up.
Yeah. So let's hit them off.
Go for it.
All right. Tay, she was saying that Nintendo was coming out with something new, with new and better consoles, and then after the Wii, they dropped the ball. Very true. They tried to pick it up with the Wii U.
Yep.
And when they came out with that Wii U, it was just like, yeah, too little, too late. And what the hell did you? Huh?
They just don't have games.
Right.
Games. We've already had this conversation. You could make really compelling games with the Wii U, and they just aren't doing it.
They're not. They're relying, like you said, they're relying on other blockbuster games for the consoles. But then it's like some of these are watered down, and it's like
they're all watered down.
Oh, okay. I don't know. They were every single one of them were. Yeah. So it's like
Batman's the only one that's not watered down.
Well, this last one, but that first one it was.
Yeah.
That first one was. It was really watered down. It was like. Huh?
They re-released it on the Wii U.
Oh, okay.
Let's update it. We got a line back. Okay.
All right, so now we're gonna move into the next one. Lou, he was saying, wait, hold on. I gotta get to. He was saying that like he hasn't really purchased any Xbox PS4 games. He has stated that already because there's nothing really compelling. But let him play as Bruce Leroy, and then you have something showing off as the boss. I don't think they will actually come out with like
that sounds like an Amazon Fire game.
Right. And look, and you get the free movie.
But I would play that. 80s babies. People who know. There's some kids out here who don't know who the F Bruce Leroy is. I'm like, all right.
Bruce Leroy will be in Shaq Fu. I'm calling it now.
Oh wow.
He better be. Yeah, he hit his Kickstarter. No, he not hit it. He went above and beyond it, right? His Shaq. His Kickstarter thing for Shaq Fu 2. Whatever, he either hit it or went beyond it. So Shaq Fu 2 is happening officially.
All right, Lou also wanted to just talk about some of these games like Shadow Colossus makes you rethink art. I actually liked Shadow Colossus. There was that other game where it's like you're a little kid running around and you got this girl.
Child of Light.
Yeah, so was that it? It was just a real different type of game.
Yeah, everybody thought. It looked interesting.
Yeah. And you're talking like in Brothers and all those kind of games.
Right, yeah. Those games, they were real interesting. And what's the one where you that big giant?
Oh, Knack.
Knack. That was an interesting one, too.
That's been reviewed, and no one says that that's actually a good game.
I'm just saying it just looks interesting.
Starter. It's great to show off what the console can do, but it's actually a terrible game.
And you know what? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you got so many people that are more compelled with like first-person shooters and things like that. That those types of games that are compelling graphic-wise and showing off, all the different engines that you can use within the game, other than like the Unreal the Unreal Engine. It shows off so much more, but no one's really looking for those games. So
no, Knack just wasn't a good game. It's a platformer. It's just like every other platformer, and that's what the issue was. Is that it wasn't. It looks good and it is a good idea. It just wasn't executed well. Whereas like Brothers and Light and all those kinds of games were executed extremely well and are very compelling stories.
But do you think they got the sales that these other games got?
No, not even close. But I think that they hit the numbers that they wanted to hit. The guy who made Brothers is making a new game. He knew exactly what number, where he wanted to be. He knew what his budget. He had a budget, and he's, it's like an indie movie. Indie movies they don't compete against those kinds of movies.
Yeah.
They compete against themselves and other indie titles. So is he doing Call of Duty numbers? Absolutely not. But is that game doing better than other indie games? Yes. It did really well as far as that's concerned.
All right. Well, today she was saying that she thinks that mobile gaming is where it's at. I think that is definitely the new life for mobile game for games. Mobile gaming, of course, you can't give up your console games, but mobile gaming is definitely a new interest for a lot of developers, and it's something that can definitely grow much further than where it already has. She also says, let her play World of Warcraft and her life is complete. I so feel you on that with so many other people's responses. I have not sat down to play that game, but I know that it looks really, really good. I don't know what I'm missing.
Like, no.
Look, I know what I'm missing, but at the same time, I guess I'm not missing out on missing that part of life. But I know it's a really good game. No, I'm saying because it's like, that's the same way I felt about Command and Conquer back in the day and all those types of games. I love those games, and I would sit there and I would play them for hours on a PC. But on World of Warcraft, Risk even, I used to sit down and play Risk.
I'm like, all that is Risk.
Right, exactly. Like, I love those types of games, but I couldn't do that now. I don't have that type of a time at this point in time in my life. Jay Mills, what do you think is a game what game would make you buy an Xbox One or a PS4? He himself is interested in Uncharted 4. I think that's cool.
That's dope. I mean, that's like one of those. Sorry to cut you off. Those like one of those games that I would buy a PlayStation for. Like Uncharted, right. I think is a cool game. It's like it's a male, kind of like a male Tomb Raider kind of spin on it.
I'm interested in Uncharted 4. I was really interested in Infamous, but it didn't turn out to be a good game.
Second Son?
No. Yeah, I was about to say the first three.
No, I'm talking about the new one because that's.
Yeah.
Second Son, yeah.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
Turned out to be a really bad game. Let's see. I'm waiting for Watch Dogs. I would buy a console for Watch Dogs. I would have bought a console for Titanfall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else would I buy a console for?
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, Batman.
That's all that we know of. Those are the only games that we really know of. I don't know enough about Destiny.
I'm not buying a console for Destiny. From what I've seen, I need to see more. From what I've seen, it looks cool, but it's like.
We don't know enough about Destiny. I'm trying to think of other games big name games that are coming out, and I just can't think of any I can't think of any really. Not even that I would or wouldn't buy a console for.
All right. Well, that pretty much sums it up though, because I know for myself, as much as I guess I think I'm still a gamer. It's only certain games that I really game with, and no, I'm saying I think I'm a gamer because I like certain games, but it's like I don't have that time to sit down. And the same thing with what Lou was saying.
I'm not a pimp. Something like a pimp.
Right, exactly. Lou stated, like there's so many people that they don't have as much time to sit and play games because jobs, families, all these different obligations that you can't really do those types of things.
Yeah. Play a quick iPhone game on the can.
Right, exactly. And that's just like Tay. The mobile gaming is kind of where it's at right now. Now, if you was to create like a World of Warcraft a tie-in with mobile, then this is what Lou was stating. A World of Warcraft tie-in to mobile, you might get something with you, but you got to make sure that you don't lose what the whole ideal of World of Warcraft is, and that's what's going to happen when you're talking about a mobile app because it's not going to run the same. It
would have to be a tablet app.
Right, and not even some of the tablet apps don't even work as well. But I guess that's the only thing that's going to have a big enough processor for it, right, to handle it.
You have to run exclusively as a tablet kind of game. It has to be a game like that. You couldn't put it on the phone.
No, not at all.
Too many controls. I didn't even know that you could put it on a tablet. Or you could make it a mobile game because of all the controls.
Probably be a new tablet for the processor, though. No, probably these tablets out now could really handle it.
Right. So that's I guess that's really the world of gaming right now. trying to see what's going to happen. E3 has a lot to, just from our conversation and other people's conversation, E3 has a lot of opportunity to show off some new things or just new games in general.
A lot of that.
We're not expecting any Amazon Fire games, except for me.
No, you're not. I said you were hypothetically.
No, it was hypothetically. I was bringing it back. I was bringing it back as a joke, Rod.
Flame on. Flame on that.
I'm really interested to see. I'm actually excited for this new sports games that are coming out, like the new Madden. I'll never play NCAA again once I realized it was the beta for Madden.
Disappointed you, huh?
Right, because that's all it is beta. It's beta testing Madden.
It's like the Note and the S4, S5.
Right. I bought both of them 1 year, and I was like, this is a completely different game. This is not okay.
You've disappointed me. Give me my money back.
Right. But I'm really excited actually for the sports games. The new Madden trailer looks interesting. If the graphics are anything like what they showed in the game, and being able to not have to worry about trying to squeeze a disc onto a DVD drive and being able to use the whole Blu-ray disc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
These games are a lot more compelling. I think I'm really excited for expanded franchise mode and better graphics.
Of course. Or maybe this time they'll make the people in the stands look real. Because I'm like, yo, y'all make graphics looking so great and compelling.
And then you get to the audience.
The people in the stands still look like shit. Like, what is this?
I figured that out. Because before they had a Blu-ray. They had one game on a Blu-ray and they had one game on DVD. And you have to make it the same game.
Okay.
So you can't use the same thing you can't use the same graphics engine that you would use for the Blu-ray disc on the other one.
They had to cut corners. So you're saying the PlayStation 3 version had it?
No, what they did was they made it for the 360 and then ported it to the PlayStation 3.
So that way everybody has a sort of a...
So you have the same experience.
Same experience, yeah.
Right. But now that this will be their first one just strictly on the new console, and I'm sure they'll port it backwards for the 360 and the PS. Well, for the 360, because that's the only one that's still on using DVDs.
Yeah.
I think that the 360 will lose a lot of stuff. I think it'll get a Wii version of the game.
Yeah, it'll be at a certain point. It's just be like, all right, well, this is what you're gonna get until you upgrade to newness.
Right. I mean, you have to say that rather than say it now than wait, 5 years and then everybody's like, well, you made this game for me last year. Let's just cut it off now.
Yeah, like stop.
Because that's what this Madden was. Madden 13 is Madden 25. It's called is Madden 13. With a few tweaks to this game. It's literally the same game. There's no enhanced graphics engine, no nothing.
Wow.
It's the same graphics, the same everything. They just updated the rosters.
What's the EA's been doing, man? They've been slipping the past few years.
No, they haven't been doing that. They actually have been changing the engines and stuff and changing the graphics.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Crisis? No, it's something else. Ignite.
Huh?
Ignite engine? EA Ignite engine, like your graphics thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of their things. They have Frostbite, they have Ignite, they use Unreal.
Crisis has an engine?
This year, Tay.
Huh?
All right. No, he was answering Tay. She was asking when will Xbox step into the wonderful world of Blu-ray games?
This year.
This year, so that's something we can expect to see at E3. Hopefully they'll announce it. But
you're saying the Xbox One still runs on games still on DVDs?
No, they're using the same games that they used in the previous versions. Because it's a brand new console. No one made any games for it yet. The games that they, how long ago do you think they got these consoles?
True.
They've now had the consoles for almost a year.
Yeah.
So all the games that were announced for the Xbox One were really just before they were developed on regular Xbox 360.
Most were. Same with the PS4.
Because PS4, they were already prepared.
But except for like the handful of games that were exclusives, like any of the cross-platform ones were the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
So this will be the first year. This is the first E3 where all of the where the two major consoles are both running Blu-rays.
Yeah, so better come with it.
Well, I guess we'll definitely have to see once E3 comes to us, and as we get closer to it, we'll hear more and more about it. I'm sure there'll be a ton of leaks and information out in regards to E3, new games, potential advancements to these consoles, maybe some software upgrades. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We will have to see.
Yeah.
You know the one thing that we didn't talk about, but I was actually thinking about the whole time. I'm wondering how long will it take before they start coming out with slim design versions of these current consoles.
5 years.
I know it's not going to happen at E3. What'd you say? 5 years?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. See, I was thinking along those lines too. Like they're gonna wait like
it's coming.
Right, they're gonna wait like 3 to 5 years because the Xbox One is I like it. The design is pretty cool, but it's a big thing.
It's actually really intelligently designed. Everyone's been bashing it for how big it is.
I'm just saying it's a chunky monkey. You know, chunky monkeys can be cute, but that's a chunky monkey.
You can hit the PS4's fan spinning its life out. You can hit when the PS4 is really going and you're getting into a game like say I don't even know what's out for the PS4.
I don't know either.
They don't have anything good. Like when you get Gran Turismo, when Gran Turismo comes out for it, and you start playing it, and you really start playing it, all you hear.
That's the fan.
Right, that's the fan. Because they have these little bitty fans in the back of it, where the whole middle of the Xbox is a fan. It takes in cool air at the bottom and lets out the hot air out the top.
Yeah, yep. I think it's
never hear it.
Aerodynamirically designed. Like I think it's crazy.
It's they made it that big so that you could put it really for the fan. Literally, it's for the fan.
Wow. So they got to slim down the design once they find out how to either put in a dual fan or make a better.
I think it is dual fans, but they're big fans.
Right.
They might do. Now that I'm thinking about it, they might not do a slim design. They might do a slightly slimmer design. It's how powerful can you get a fan, and how small can you make it? You're waiting on fans.
Well, what they're gonna do? They're gonna find out a way so that where it doesn't potentially or heat up as quickly, even though it's not heating up now. They're gonna probably potentially find a way so that it doesn't heat up as quickly, whether it's with the newer processors or whatever it may be, so that it can handle the heat or maybe the power. I don't know. It was just a hypothetical that I was thinking about the whole time. Like
right, it's really the only thing that's keeping the Xbox that big is the fan. So as soon as they can come up with a fan that moves as much air that's smaller, they'll make it smaller.
Or liquid coolers within the actual console. I'm saying that's going to be a very expensive slim design device, but
aftermarket.
But imagine. See, I live futuristic. Imagine, liquid coolers that maybe they add an extra $50 for a higher performing, slimmer design because it has liquid coolers or it has it does something different. It can happen. You never know. Somebody will mod it first, and then Microsoft would jump on it.
I don't think that it's. I think you'll get a redesign before you get a smaller one. I think it'll be reshaped. It might be reshaped, but I don't think you're gonna get a smaller Xbox.
Okay. Jay Mills is thinking
that they didn't make the 360 any smaller. They've actually made the 360 bigger as it's gone along.
Right, 360 got bigger but slimmer. It lost a lot of height.
No, it got more stylish.
If you think about the first few years of the Xbox, that thing, it was thick. It slimmed down. It definitely slimmed down.
About the original Xbox. I'm talking about the 360. The 360 didn't get any smaller. The original Xbox, they made a smaller one, but the 360 never got any smaller. The 360 got bigger. The 360 consoles have gotten bigger as the years have gone on.
Huh.
I mean, look at the designs. If you look at the two other redesigns, when the Kinect came out, and then when now that the One has come out, they've redesigned it again. They've both gotten are bigger consoles.
I didn't. I guess maybe I was. I thought the first white one was the 360, and I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty big.
it is, and it's still the same size. It was. They never got smaller. The hard drives got smaller.
Yeah, I know the hard drives got smaller because hard drives in general got smaller, but I could have swore the design of the actual console got smaller too, slimmer. Not multiple times, just like one other time from the original.
It got wider.
It got wider. No, definitely got wider, but I
The
could have sworn
thing
it got thinner.
wider. It didn't get shorter. It got wider.
Okay. So just it optical illusion.
Yeah, that's what it then, and that's what it is. Like I don't think the PlayStation is going to get smaller either. Because how can you make it smaller?
Yeah, there's not much. It's already as slim as it can potentially be as of right now. Anyway.
Right. If the only thing that making it smaller is going to do is allow for more issues.
More compact. Yeah, but it doesn't everything that's more compact create more issues.
Pretty much.
Go ahead, Rob.
No, I'm going to get at Jay Mills. Jay Mills says he thinks slim consoles will come out around 2016, 2017.
Yeah, so that's the 5-year time frame.
2 years earlier.
Oh no, that's 3 years actually.
3 to 4.
2 years earlier. I mean, that might be feasible too. Because like with the technology, they might be able to get it out a year or two earlier.
I don't know that Xbox is going to be smaller. Now, the more I think about it, the less I think that they're going to be smaller.
Probably redesigned.
Right, it'll be redesigned. I don't know that it's going to get smaller. Because, I mean, the whole reason for it being that size is the fan. It might get customizable.
That'd be dope.
That's something that they might do.
That'd be dope.
Adjust it so that you can replace the size of the hard drive, make it so that it's more in line with the PlayStation. Because that's really dope about the PlayStation, that you can just pop out the hard drive.
Yeah, see, look, Xbox Slim 360 was small. I know it was wide, but I could have swore it was shorter because I had the Slim, and I just got that, But I don't know. I had nothing to truly compare it to because I just got it. What, the 7th year that Xbox was out is when I got my Xbox 360. And thank you, my wife, because she's the one that got it for me. I greatly appreciate that. And my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, they hooked me up with it. Thank you.
It's shorter. It's not thinner though. I'm looking at the two of them right beside each other. It's shorter.
Screen share.
Yeah, screen share. No, that's what I'm saying. I could have swore that it was shorter.
Yeah, or it didn't happen.
Go ahead, Chris. You got a screen share.
Here it is. I got it.
Do it. Oh, let me stop talking.
There it is.
They don't have them laying down though.
No,
but you can see the height difference.
Yeah.
The height difference is the same. You can also see that it's at the widest part. I mean, it may have taken off a little bit, but not much. It's not much slimmer.
It's just shorter.
The big difference is that it's shorter. Because it looks like it's about the same. It's about the same width.
It comes in the middle a little bit. It's
right. It's a steeper slope in the middle.
Yeah.
Where the Xbox ring is, the power button is.
Yep.
Now you see right underneath that picture, it looks like there's another picture. Could you click on that one?
Which one?
Yeah, that one.
That's the new one. That's the new one in that Slim.
Yeah, this is the new one. That's not the Slim.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the E, the one above that one.
Yeah, I was talking about the one above it.
This one? This one?
Yes.
Why don't you say the one with the back showing?
No, but I'm still at the wrong one though. Rod, you saw the one I was talking about, right?
To the 360E on it.
This one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you gotta talk, Chris. I can't see it.
Yeah, she could. Oh Lord.
Oh, this one, blip.
I just really just wanted to see the picture. Thanks, though.
Yeah.
No, see, it doesn't look smaller to me. Oh, that's the new one. This is the new one.
That's the 360 that came out. The E that came out after the.
Right.
That's
definitely not smaller.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The power button's smaller.
Yeah, that power button is like, man, there.
It's invisible almost. It looked like the eject button.
Right.
They taped a nickel to the thing.
A dime. They taped a dime to it.
All right. I mean, it can't get much smaller if you're going to move the hard drive internal, because that's what they did. They took the hard drive off the top and put it in the console.
Yeah, because that's when you can pop it open and slide it out.
Right. Because you can't change the hard drives on the Slim and the new E ones. They're stuck.
Oh.
They're stuck. They're built in. Because when they released the Slim is when they did the
Wi-Fi built in.
No, they did the that too, but they did you could plug in external hard drives.
Right. Yes.
They came out with it.
Yeah, because the other one is just USB ports and couldn't do nothing with it. Like, this sucks. You guys are Microsoft. Can't put in the damn.
Yeah, that's when I picked up my external hard drive for like $50 because my man Donovan, he was like, "Yo, why are you gonna spend $130 on external? Just pick up a $50 external hard drive." It's like, okay.
That's when they came out for them.
All right.
I still had the old boy. That was my joint. I had a 120 gig hard drive on that thing and then put nothing on it.
Yeah, same here. Like, I got a big hard drive. I mean,
I got
storage.
I got a 250 hard drive and I'm just storing games upon games and not playing.
The free games of the month. And I'm downloading them. Like, I stopped downloading them. Like, I'm not even playing.
Right, that was cool. The free game of the month.
They're still doing them like every month, and then they're gonna start doing them for the one too.
I remember when you could install games, but then it didn't give you anything.
Right.
You still had to have the disc.
Right, exactly, and that's just like computers. But I thought they were gonna change that up a little bit because what's the purpose of installing a game if I still need the disc to play it? I can't do anything.
Right.
I can't do anything. It doesn't help the game load faster. It doesn't help me get to that game quicker.
Nope.
Just alternative inconvenience.
An alternative inconvenience to burn up more space on my hard drive that I'm not already using.
Right.
And
good to know.
I thought it was gonna be different. What's up?
Sorry to cut you off. Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3rd is will be the free game later this month.
Oh, what was it for May 1st?
Something.
Okay, I'm gonna look for something.
Live arcade joint, something.
I wish you could do that on the one.
It's coming. They said they're working to bring that to it. I'm like,
so early.
It's probably gonna be. Of course, they're gonna start off with like probably hit titles from the 360, so that'll be like a reason to say, hey, miss your old games. You got the one, we got you.
Because that's something that you can do with that monstrous hard drive that doesn't do anything except really big installs of games.
What size is the hard drive?
500 gigs. And then you can expand it too, right?
Yeah, you can plug and play. You can't, but it's not. You can't put a different one in there. Like the PS4, you can put a terabyte hard drive or 2 terabyte hard drive in there. Actually install it.
Okay.
Do you know what? I wonder why. Does Microsoft actually have a can you use the Xbox One almost as like a network server?
Not yet.
Network storage?
Yeah, like you would imagine.
That would be nice.
Yeah. No, because you can't load anything to OneDrive. If they would make it a PC, if they would make it have more PC functionality, it would be the best thing ever.
Well, can you do that? You could do that with the 360 because they had if you had
I thought you
right.
Yep.
The original.
Right. You can do that. You can use it at like a media center.
But you can load. But that's loading it up and use it as a network. You can tap into it from your
only media files though.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
See, I understood what you were really saying. That's why I said no.
Okay.
You can connect it. This is the same way as the 360. You can connect it and share media files. You can do that with the PlayStations. They did the same thing.
Hey, though.
You can stream media files to the PlayStation.
Okay.
And you can stream media files to the Xbox and to the Xbox One, but you can't stream them you can't send them the other way.
So there is one-way transfer.
Right.
It's up.
I mean, they already know what you all are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to be streaming games across. They're going to stream your game to your computer, and then you're going to play it remotely on somebody else's computer.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
He's like, so my shit.
God damn it, Microsoft. Y'all smart folks. Y'all mother.
Yeah. All right, gents. It's like 10:16.
All right.
Start wrapping things up.
All right. So, item of the week, is that what we're doing? Item of the week, whether it's an app or a new device.
Get all your NFL draft stats right here.
What's the name of the app? I don't.
NFL app. NFL Mobile.
NFL Mobile.
Verizon?
No, it's not.
No, it's I think with Verizon it's pre-installed or something.
Yeah, it's pre-installed on Verizon. It's pre-installed on Sprint devices too, I think.
Okay.
I don't mind. Oh yeah, it's right here, NFL Mobile.
All right. Well, my new device is actually the Bluetooth in my car. I don't really have a new app or anything like that. That's really the newest thing that I've been playing around with. Realizing that Honda, they technology, they're definitely a great company for technology and just putting a lot of the new technology in base model vehicles is really awesome. Backup cameras, Bluetooth that plays audio as well as your telephone. The Chevy Malibu is the only other thing I can compare it to right now. Does not have that. It gives you Bluetooth for your phone for hands-free, but it does not allow you to play music through it.
Oh, you don't have that though.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's probably not all models, but
you're comparing a newer versus older, so.
Right. Yeah. 2012 to 2014. Absolutely correct.
But it doesn't come standard. None of those things come standard in anybody other than Honda.
Okay, so there you have it.
But they don't, and I don't know that that the Bluetooth works because they have an exclusive contract with Apple.
Right.
So I think iPhones do it, but I don't think anything else can do it.
And that actually may very well be true because someone was telling me with the Chevy that if I had an iPod I can do it, but even an iPhone in the 2012 I don't know. It doesn't matter.
2012 is too old. The 2012 comes out in 2011 and runs into 2012. We're talking about the 2014s and the 2013s, 14s and 15s. Do it.
Okay.
They have Siri. 2014, I think, was the first year that they put it in all the cars with Siri. They gave you Siri in all the cars.
Oh yeah. BMWs and all that stuff.
Right. BMWs have it as well. They have an exclusive contract with Apple. So I don't think that anything else will pair and play music because they want you to use the iPhone with it.
Right, exactly, which I'm enjoying Honda for that factor.
Right. And then just about everybody else, everyone else is using Bluetooth 4.0.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, that's really usually I have like an app or something that I've played around with, and I haven't done that in a minute. Not since Monopoly. Monopoly's been really compelling. You know what? And Chris, remember how we were saying we were talking about Monopoly and online playing? Mm-hmm. I don't see that option on Monopoly to do online game playing. It's pretty much you and the AI.
Well, so
yeah, that does kind of suck a little bit. Like I was getting my skills up, and I was like, I should try to see if any of my friends have it. Either that or I don't have any friends, so I'm not sure what it is.
That too. New apps for me. Let's see. If you have an Android phone and you are not using, where is that app? The Google Rewards app. You're silly.
Google Rewards? What is that?
That is Google's survey taking app. They send you all these random surveys about random technology things, and then they give you money for them.
On your Google Wallet card?
Huh?
On your Google Wallet, they give you money?
Yeah, they give it to you in the Play Store.
I want that.
You need to download it.
I'm about to right now.
I think over the course of the last year, because the surveys pop up randomly, and they're for me they're very far in between because of how I answer the surveys.
I don't like it.
Google Opinion Rewards.
Yeah.
Except Rocky.
I know I got one that was $1.50. Most of them are like 35 cents, 85 cents, 25 cents. But then I had one that was like $1.50. I went and bought another app.
It's their fault. They want you to spend money.
Right. So it's definitely it's a great app to use. If you want to help design, if you want to help further Android development, and if you want to help the Android develop Android, get the D Scout app.
Yeah, for the Aura. Yeah.
For Project Aura.
I've been down with that on the iPhone for a while.
So that's a good one. It allows you to really answer some questions about how you use technology. It's a lot of fun. I wish they need to tie that in with the Google Rewards.
Okay.
Because I'd be rich.
I got money, bitches.
Stupid.
Right. Let's see. What else have I really been using? Oh, I found a new wallpaper app called Behang.
Behang?
They have dope wallpapers. If you're interested, I'm rocking this Darth Vader one.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Just in time for May the Force be with you.
Right, and I got the Stormtrooper one. They actually have a May the 4th, Happy 4th one.
Nice.
Let's see. What else have I been using? I think that if you're a T-Mobile user, the visual voicemail app has been updated, and it's phenomenal. The text is bigger. It looks like it's an app that they take care about. How they do with the rest of their apps.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Just signed up for my rewards.
Me too. I just did it.
Yeah, so you'll get surveys.
Thanks, Chris.
No problem. They come through randomly. I highly recommend them.
Rod walked away. He like, I got my surveys. I gotta walk away. Rod, I said that you just decided you was gonna walk away. You got your surveys and you walked away. I got my surveys. I'm good now. Bye.
I went to grab what's new. This is a drifter bag from STM. They sent me this to be reviewing this. This thing has a lot of compartments. Has a little somebody called it a shower cap. You're familiar with it, L?
Yes, it's the turtle. It's the turtle shell.
Yeah, it's a water resistant joint you can put over it. It covers the entire bag, and this is a pretty big bag. It doesn't fit in the whole camera.
I'm saying, you can pass that on to me when you're done with the review.
You got a bag.
I know. I got a bunch of.
Yeah, so it opens up and you got
need a bag. I need a bag.
Flaps. All right, I tried to get 3 of them, but they only had one sample to give for now. But anyway, we're working on that. We'll be doing a review of this.
Any bag companies that watch this, I need a bag. So if you need somebody to review a bag for you, I got you.
Yeah.
Because
you need to be mobile. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Galaxy S4 review went up, S5 review went up later, though, but hey, we got it. We got it late, so
right. It's going up when we got it.
Yeah, and up next is the
Galaxy
S5. Yeah, you got one. S5 and the One Battle, which will
You know, I actually really like the S5. I'm really a fan of it. I don't like the flap. I think if you're going to put a flap on the phone, then it should be wireless.
I'm not crazy about the flap either. But I mean, I guess they had to do something with it.
Nothing is. They just should have just charged $10, $20 more and given you the waterproof back, giving you the wireless charging back.
Yes.
I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't have given you the wireless charging back. That's my argument.
True. Yeah, the S5 is definitely a lot better in person than it looks on the pictures because it looks like it looks like.
Everyone says it looks like a Band-Aid and everything. It actually feels really nice in the hand. It's a really nice size and a really nice shape.
Yeah. It feels better than the one because those little dimples give it better grip. The one without a case,
those dimples actually feel really nice.
That thing can slide off. It's so smooth and brushed aluminum. Yeah, it's no problem.
I actually like TouchWiz too. I think TouchWiz is the best looking OS now.
Still heavy as shit.
Oh my God, yes. They need to export everything to the Play Store.
They need to stop. Yeah, because it's like, yo, you crack open the phone, it's like, well, I got half storage left.
Right.
Y'all ain't fixed this? Like, this been the model for y'all for years.
If they could cut out all the garbage in TouchWiz, and I'm not saying the options, but if they could make it so that it functioned better
Mm-hmm.
and ran smoother, it would by far be the best version of Android that's on the market. But it's the best.
Skin wise, yeah, custom skin. Yeah, I agree. Cause like, yeah, like the S Health and S Voice, they should be Google Play joints easy.
Right. There's no reason that those aren't in Google Play. The camera. I mean, if everybody else can do it, there's no reason that Samsung can't do it.
Why the hell not?
Their weather widget.
Yeah, people who hate TouchWiz, they would try that.
Right. You know, the weather widget, the camera, the dialer. You can put the launcher in there. I mean, everybody else has their launchers in there.
Yeah, why not? I just do a Google launcher on mine. I'm like, all right, review's over. I'm getting it how I want. Google style.
Wow. Who's that? Which launcher?
Google.
Google Experience launcher.
You know how you hate that, Chris.
Yeah, I hate how the icons are.
Yeah, they're huge.
Really are.
No, they are. I mean, they are huge. I'm comparing them with the two. Like this one has TouchWiz, the other one has Google. I'm like, damn, it's like a huge difference.
Right, it's huge.
Yeah, but all right, we've been rambling long enough.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Yeah.
I just got $1 from Google survey.
See?
Damn, how you get a joint already? I didn't
Dog, I swear to you not. That's why I was quiet. They just sent me $1. I answered one survey and it was $1.
I ain't even got a survey.
I did another one for 6 months, but it'll come.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I still got money on my Google Play account.
Yo, your credits expire after a year, so make sure you use it though. I just read that. It says like from the survey, it says you just got $1. It will expire after a year. So
survey credits.
Right, your survey credits expire after a year.
I have my own. Well, from free.
Oh well, that sucks though, because then what if I buy something?
Yeah,
and it's not coming out. It's not coming out of my survey credits. It's coming out of my regular money. How can I just?
They're just gonna take it off.
Yeah.
So if I have any money left over, they're just gonna take it from there.
No.
Nova Prime. I do like Nova Prime.
No, if you have, say you have $3 in there, and
I get $1
from Google, they'll take $1 after a year. If you haven't spent that $1, they're going to take $1. It doesn't matter if you've only spent $1.
But that's what I'm saying. So that they're forcing you to spend your money.
Okay. Well, yeah. No, they're only going to take the $1. If you haven't spent $1 in the Google Play Store, they're going to.
Okay, I got you now. Yeah.
$1, they will take $1.
Okay.
They won't put your count to 0.
Okay, no problem. I got you.
Based off of how if you go into the Play Store and buy something, if you don't buy anything in a year, they're going to take $1 away from you because you're not using their money. You might as well give it back.
Right. Okay, I got you.
That's how it works. Sprint's network sucks. I just want to say that.
Yeah, you got a Sprint. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my God, it's terrible. I was downtown today and was on 3G. I live in the middle of nowhere outside of Pittsburgh and I have LTE. The Spark logo won't stop spinning.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But downtown, really? Downtown.
Maybe downtown is where all the high traffic volume. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even start yet. But yeah. All right. Well, Al, would you like the last word? Wrap us up.
Well, everyone, we always like to have you guys here. We thank you for coming through. Tay, J Mills, Lou, always a pleasure to see some familiar faces and everyone else out in the blogosphere. And as always, Rod.
I gave it to you. Can you do it?
Oh, okay. You guys didn't have to be you could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with us tonight. We thank you, and we appreciate it. So you guys have a good night. Set guys out.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day.
All mothers to be, and all that good stuff.
I guess we should be expecting something from Verizon. They usually do great Mother Day specials, so make sure you stop into Verizon to pick up something nice for your mom.
Yeah, it's buy one get one free on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they've been like that's been popping for like a week.
Right. It started. Yeah. At the beginning.
I mean, it'll be ending soon. So yes, if you haven't gotten it, you better get it.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everyone.
No.